Go.
The Portuguese Red Cross Youth National Office has always tried to reach and develop the young people of our national society. And for that, we had a very interesting idea to bet on gamification as an educational strategy. We believe that in this way, we would be able to give more tools to our volunteers in order for them to reach more effectively children and youth. So we created a board game that could be used to raise awareness on humanitarian issues and at the same time to develop personal and social skills.
That actually sounds interesting.
In this way, we can empower young volunteers through the use of non-formal educational tools that are interesting and fashionable, such as a board game.
New challenges appeared, but we didn't quit. We sat down and started thinking of new gamification-based solutions. We felt there was an emerging need to create and develop innovative and attractive digital strategy for youth volunteers to use in their educational work with their peers. In a world shaken by COVID-19 and taking into account at least 2 of the 7 transformations proposed by International Federation 2030 strategy, volunteering and youth and digital transformation, we created a very recent digital game called Play with Your Future. This is a digital point-and-click game that gives young people the responsibility to make decisions and realize that their actions have consequences, and is aimed to raise awareness about the current challenge that youth have been facing, namely mental health, social inclusion, and climate change.
One thing that makes this game successful is the fact that it was created by young people, namely youth volunteers, for young peers, during a training course that was funded by the Erasmus Plus Youth in Action program of the European Commission. This digital game will help our youth volunteers to improve and facilitate the approach of new and emerging humanitarian threats, and will also be a tremendous opportunity to enhance our work, to become more effective, and to drive new forms of humanitarian action through the use of digital technologies and investing on a more digital youth volunteering culture. This game is proving itself to be a key to ensure that our youth volunteers and youth beneficiaries are more interested and aware of complex emerging topics on youth. This made them more passionate about the game and motivated to change the world.
And what wasn't worked so well? We are now testing the tool in 3 different countries, in 4 different languages: Portuguese, Estonian, Italian, and English. This is making the validation process more complex, but also more meaningful and trustworthy.
In May, we will finish the implementation test phase and we will organize a final national conference where we will present the final version of Play with Your Future, as well as its impact study done by a Portuguese university, where we will invite local branches, state representatives, social media, and other youth organizations. Meanwhile, the first ever national magazine about youth work and non-formal education will also highlight our game as a best practice example of digital transformation and youth work. After this, we will develop dissemination online workshops in order for the game to reach more organizations and more national societies. Taking into account that the game will have available 4 different languages, we believe that the scalability effect will be easier to achieve.
We need to adapt to younger generations and the way they want to create new solutions, so as Portuguese Red Cross Youth, we believe we can inspire and motivate other national societies to undergo a digital transformation in their youth volunteer culture.
Have you ever imagined a digital game where you can learn about mental health, social inclusion, and environment? Play with Your Future is the future, and this future is now. We look forward for other national societies to contact us and to get to know this educational tool in order for them to use it with their volunteers, leaders, members, or affected communities.
Go.